Come with me on this Saturday afternoon and we're going to be fitting a timing belt and water pump to a 2015 Citroen Berlingo van dv6. For anybody that's learning how to do cam belts, this is probably the easiest cam belt that you're going to learn on. Anyway, let's get involved. One of the first things you want to do is disconnect the battery negative first, get your vehicle up in the air or on a jack, get the inner wheel latch and the wheel off. Now we've got the vehicle back down to working height, get yourself a jack with a block of wood underneath the sump, T50 and an E14, and just remove this top engine mount. And then we need to remove the top timing cover held on with some 7mm and 2 T30s and just unclip the fuel line. Get yourself a 16mm and undo the 4 bolts holding the engine mount to the engine. Once you've got that mount off, you can get a 15mm then on the tensioner and literally just pull it back and remove your alternator belt. Now we need to remove the crank pulley. Now before you do, get your timing pinhole and it lines up about 1 o'clock to the engine. Then we can get on an 18 and bang that pulley off. Now that we've got the crank pulley off, we can remove the bottom timing cover, get your crank bolt and put it back in so you can turn your engine around and get your timing pins marked up. You can see that bottom pin where it goes there, 12 o'clock on the crank pulley. Then we'll get back at the top, put your camshaft pin back in, and then we can get on the 13mm and slacken the tension off. And there we go, that is the belt off. Let's get the vehicle in the air now and we'll remove the water pump. Right, let's just sidetrack for a little minute. Now the timing belt intervals on these vans and the dv6s are about 120 to 150,000 miles. As you can see there, 120,000 miles. Now this is done 96,000 miles. Look at the state of that water pump. This is why I always recommend them getting done well before 100,000. Now let's get round to removing the water pump. Get yourself a lovely little receptacle so you're not dropping coolant everywhere. Get an 8mm and undo all the bolts. Now that we've got the water pump off, get that fascia there like brand new with a bit of 3M Scotch pad, nothing else because it's an aluminium and you will score it. Let's get it back on with a brand new gasket, and it does say there, do not use sealant, gasket only. Now that we've got the water pump back on, get it torqued up to 9 Nm, and that is it, no need to be any tighter. Now when replacing the timing belt, it is always best to change the tensioners and the idlers. So we've got a new idler there going on and we're going to get it torqued up to 37 Nm. And now we've also put the new tensioner on as well, and we're going to fit the new cam belt and we're going to fit it anti-clockwise. So the water pump is the last pulley to put it on. And there we go, that is one belt back on. The tensioner is torqued up to 30 Nm. I don't know if you can see the tensioner mark at the back, but that is absolutely perfect. Right, let's get it all built back up. Now that it's all built back up, we're going to be using the vacuum and refill system. This is a great bit of kit for refilling coolant systems, saves so much time. Once we fill the coolant up, then we can just literally get on the key and we'll give it a big start. And there you go, that is one timing belt and water pump replacement on a Citroen Berlingo. I'm going to put it all back together now properly and I'm going home. Anyway, let's get it sent.